Thanks for the kind introduction. Well, first of all, I have to manage expectations a little bit. Although we just went public on Friday, we're still in our quiet period for another 28 days, so please don't expect me to unveil anything radical new about Groupon or our future. Nevertheless, I hope I will be able to give you some new and fresh perspective on our global expansion. So, Groupon was founded 3 years ago, actually, in Chicago by Andrew Mason. At that time, we were focusing, or at that time, Groupon was clearly meant to be an online platform that allows small and medium local businesses to promote their services in their local markets. We clearly had, and Andrew had the goal to allow consumers, local consumers, to have a radical new experience in their city. So we were able to really give a chance to millions or at least thousands of businesses, local businesses that are not happening in the internet, the chance to present them in the internet. Because many of our merchants, they might have an internet site, they might have an actual presence there, but no one really gets aware of it. I mean, we all know nowadays it's not sufficient to just have an internet presence. So Groupon basically gave them the first time in history the chance to really present themselves online. On the other hand, there are so many local consumers out there that whatever they do, whatever they plan doing in their leisure time, they look up in the internet and they get all the information in the internet. So basically Groupon early on already was able to bridge this gap and to allow many local consumers to basically explore new things in their local markets. The good thing about Groupon from a merchant perspective already was that it is risk-free. It is basically, it allows you to track the success from the beginning on, and it's very immediate, right? So from the beginning on, a lot of businesses were able to get new customers, to drive the awareness, and basically are able to open new things, new services in their local market. The third kind of dimension to that clearly was the fact that Groupon always allowed these unprecedented deals, these unprecedented discounts only if a minimum number of customers would buy that. We encouraged customers and consumers from the beginning on to basically share the deals, to basically send it to working colleagues, to friends, to relatives, in order to enjoy the things in common. So from the beginning on, Groupon was a real social commerce platform. And that's something that is still very, very deep in our DNA. At some point, and we just heard it, I think a year ago, Forbes magazine referred to Groupon as the fastest growing company in the world. I'm not going to comment if this is in fact the truth or not, but in any case, we clearly grew very, very fast. And I think there are two main reasons to that. One reason is that once we started, we focused a lot on restaurants, the famous sushi with the 60% off. We focused on wellness, on some leisure time activities. But over the last 3 years, we were able to expand in a lot of new areas, in a lot of new sectors. So nowadays, we not just focus on a typical small, medium businesses, such as spas, theaters, restaurants, but we also went into a lot of new categories, such as travel, such as hotel, such as retail, and these categories are becoming more and more important to us. We're also not only focusing on local businesses, but nowadays we work a lot with national companies, we work a lot with online companies that see the value of Groupon and that see the chance that Groupon allows them to gain a lot of new customers in a very, very short time. So the fact that we were able to expand and the fact that today we basically represent a big fraction of the local consumption universe of our consumers is clearly one reason why we expanded and grew so fast. Basically, we're becoming more and more relevant for our consumers, and our goal must be that whatever a local consumer considers doing in his leisure time, whatever a local consumer thinks of doing something that is fun, he should always think of Groupon. And we are, I think, very well on the way to get to that point. Another reason why we were basically able to grow so fast was the fact that we expanded globally very, very fast. Today we're in 45 countries, and this only in 3 years. We email every day 140 million subscribers their most exciting deals in their city and then in their countries. More than half, actually more than 60% of these subscribers are already outside the US. We have sold more than 125 million Groupons already. Again, many of them were outside of the US. So by now we're clearly a global company. How did we achieve that? I think is Groupon a model that allows to expand globally very quickly. On the one hand, I think it's a very local model, clearly. That's what we are, that's what our DNA is. At the same time, the fact that we are in 45 countries, this allows us to learn every day in each of these markets. So when we compare each other to a company that is only in 1 or 2 markets, we actually learn every day in 45 markets. So this is a clear edge that we have. At the same time, since this is such a local business, we were forced to build this company, and we were always kind of dedicated to build this global reach with a lot of entrepreneurs. Each local market is basically run by an entrepreneur, because we have to succeed every day in each market. No sushi, no wellness, no spa, nothing cares about your strength in Munich when it's located in Hamburg, in Sao Paulo, or in Tokyo. So that means you have to succeed every day in every local market. So it was clear that we have to build this with very strong local entrepreneurs. The fact that we have such a strong team of entrepreneurs is also reflected in the fact that basically all innovation in our model is driven out of these local markets. So when you look at Groupon today and how we run our business, many of the ideas came out of these 45 markets, because all of us face different challenges every day in these local markets. We come up with different entrepreneurial solutions, and then we are able to basically scale and leverage them on a global level. So therefore, the fact that we are global was clearly something that allowed us to grow fast and to be, after 3 years, in 45 countries. On the other hand, the fact that we are a global company allows us to come up with also technical innovations in a faster way, because we are able to basically develop new things for our model in one market. We are able to test it in one market to gain experience, and then basically expand and implement these new technical innovations in all the other markets. That's how we did it with our mobile app. That's how we did it with our merchant app. That's how we did it with Groupon Now, our immediate deals. And that's how we will do it with any other technical innovation that we're thinking of or considering of. So therefore, there is this other kind of angle to globalization that also Sean already mentioned, that we are able to develop centrally and then roll out on a global scale. So therefore, I have to say the fact that we are global was clearly one of the main reasons why we were so successful. It had been a crazy journey over the last 2 or 3 years respectively, and last Friday was definitely the last highlight when we first were listed on NASDAQ, but I'm sure it wasn't the last highlight on our global journey. Thank you.